They'll look to throw here on first down. Being chased out left. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Watch it now, Barney!
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. They're going to look to throw, and that is incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got to a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see that sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw on second down. Boyle. Looking for Austin. Intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a short gain down to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On the West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fourth down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage. The kick by Carlson is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. run it with Ward. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Looking to throw on second down. Boyle. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 23 yards on the play.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Leopard! Leopard! Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Throwing on first down. Boyle. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed.
Detroit!
But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and
Here we
goal.
go now. Blue, land it.
Off play action. Boyle. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. As his guys are in for 6. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now, because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
He'll look to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. His throw incomplete. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, 20, 10, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. Back to throw now on first down. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Detroit! Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
To throw on 2nd down. Boyle. He's going to air one out. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Detroit. Detroit.
Looking to throw. Boyle. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
Green
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 39. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll go on the ground. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Looking to throw on second down. Boyle going for it all. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Gone.
Back to throw. Boyle. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Caught by Jones. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. In for the score. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Right,
Clock
now,
at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first. Now this from 43. Carlson able to put this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. So we've hit halftime. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
That is incomplete. He was looking for Daniels that time. That'll bring up second down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
No. Check. Patriot.
A first throw for the backup Rosen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Set. 3-19.
Again, it's Cook. And an alley to run. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The Niners on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Here we go now.
Looking to throw. Boyle. And he's got his man on the out route. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Switch. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Detroit. Detroit.
Operating from the gun. Boyle. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it.
Set. Green.
Cook. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Cook running left, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Last stop. Last stop.
The Niners on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Boyle. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. As his guys are in for 6. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. going after? Right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Back to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll set up a throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Fielded just inside the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
We always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Now a play fake here on first down. Going up top. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the side like
pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. It's caught right side by Daniels. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. 12 yards on the return that time. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Now let's go. 3-19.
On the ground, it's Cook. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Set. Green.
Looking to throw. Boyle. He's got him in. Complete. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, Boyle. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Pulled in at the 24. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have a real...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
The Bucs on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll drop to throw. And he finds Daniels. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
He'll get it up the middle. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild,
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. In for the score. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. 58, right over there.
Off the play fake. Boyle, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. And now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
A great return there of 22 yards. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Where is this play going? And that is incomplete here. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Bucs on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. And it's complete. Hooper. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a first down. They'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. They'll look to throw here. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
The Bucs on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Now back to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Austin Hooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2. They'll look to throw again. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. No, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So out come the Bucs now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Back to throw now on first down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game, because no one can stand up to this week after week.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
But how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Now, Barney.
Here we go. It's Rosen on 4th down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He was looking for Daniels that time, and that'll bring up second down.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
Rosen again on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now.